What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your host with the most, the Itch and the Hat Man, the Mad Hatter Extraordinaire, coming back at you with another M.U.G.E.N tutorial, and this one is going to be based on the Legacy Custom Screenpack from M.U.G.E.N. I've had a couple requests to show you how to do the custom portraits for this Screenpack, so I'm going to go ahead and show you that right now. Obviously, it is a pretty big pack. There is a lot that you have to do with it in order to make it look nice. So of course, I'll be showing you how to do the custom select portraits, both the small ones and the big ones, the stage select, as well as the winners, the win screen too. So as you can see, you have the Screenpack here, you have the portraits link here, and you have the templates for the portraits right here as well. You're going to want to grab all three of those. I've already done that. And then you also have a link to the font here that is being used for the name display. You're going to want to grab that as well from the font, download that, install that, because you're going to be using that in Photoshop. I'm going to be working with Photoshop in Fighter Factory 3 here. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so whenever you open up the templates folder for the Legacy, the ones that you're really looking to change and to add into your Photoshop is going to be the big, life bar, small or small bigger, depending on the version that you're using. Small is going to be for the expanded portraits, the expanded roster, and small bigger is going to be for the smaller roster version, and this is the roster version that I'm using. Teams, for whenever you're doing like 3v3, 4v4, etc, etc, you're going to want to open that, which is this right here, and then the versus win PSD. So you're looking at five different portraits that you're going to be using, and you're going to be importing into each character. Let me go ahead and get my renders ready, and I'll show you exactly how to do that. Okay, so as you can see here, I have the two pieces of art that I'm going to be using for this Kung Fu Man and for this tutorial. This right here is going to be the main one that you're going to be seeing a lot here, because there, like I said, are a lot of portraits, but I'm also going to be using this on a couple of the other ones just to diversify it up a little bit. So the one thing that we're going to start out with first is going to be this versus screen. This is a big one. This is a big one, and that's because it's literally three pieces of art all together. So we're gonna have 1, 2, and 3 here. So this is how this is basically gonna work. Thankfully, Nose was actually really smart on the way that he set this up, and because it is on 1.1, that means you could just save this as a transparent PNG, and it's gonna look pretty good for a lot less work than this normally would take. So first thing that we're gonna do here is I'm gonna change their names, because right now this is Kazuya, so I'm gonna change this to Kung Fu Man here. So it's all caps too. So Kung Fu Man. Okay, gotta increase the box a little more. There we go. Long names, long names, long names, long names. And then center this properly. There we go. I could literally just put KFM, but I don't want to be lazy about this. Oops. Let me just make this caps. Thought I had a caps. Come on now. Alright, gotta increase the size of the text box. Boom. There we go. Center about right there. There we go. Okay, so now we don't have to worry about text at all. We can just completely move those away. I'm going to put this over here, P2 art. Since this is already facing the correct way, I can literally just slide this in here. I'm going to resize it just a little bit, There we go. So now it's resized properly. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, because this is P2, right? I'm going to copy the P2 layer style, and then we're gonna paste the P2 layer style over the Kung Fu Man render, right? So that way he has that blue gold just like the Kazuya does, and then I can delete the Kazuya. Boom. And then I'm gonna just copy this. So I'm duplicate layer, pull this over here, and then I'm going to go to edit, transform, flip horizontally, move it over, because this will be player 1 side here, right? So since this is player 1, we can remove these effects, clear that layer style, copy the layer style of the player 1 art, paste it on this one, boom, there we go, remove the Kazuya, done. So now your versus screen is finished for this character. Now we just have to do the wind portrait. So for the wind portrait, we're gonna come down here. There's no effects or anything like that, which makes this easier. I'm just gonna duplicate this layer once again, right? I'm gonna bring it down to the wind screen, the wind art, right? I'm going to clear the layer style. There we go. There we go. I put it behind the the red, and I didn't even realize. All right, clear layer style. Blow them up. Make sure it's in proportion so it looks good. All right. Boom. Okay. Now we're going to make sure that it is right there. Delete that. Dope. Remove the Kazuya, and bam. That's it. Now, in order to save it as a PNG, just hide the P1 side, hide the P2 side, hide the wind build. I deleted a little bit too much. Good to know. Hold on. Just come up a little bit more. Actually, I'm gonna zoom in just to make sure I have this pixel perfect. I want this pixel perfect. Yep, okay. Delete. There we go. Okay. Perfect. So delete this. Remove, remove, remove. There we go. That's looking pretty spiffy. Save this. PNG. I'm just gonna do KFM. Win. .png. Boom. Now that's done. Now we're gonna come over to the big, and because I only have, well, I probably could use this as well as this. I could probably use both of them to cover the big. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna change that font name, because you gotta do that. Change that to Kung Fu Man. Done. And then do the same over here. Kung Fu Man. Done. Alright. We're going to keep these here because I need these. I'm going to drag this art over. I'm probably going to use that one for here. And then I'm going to drag this one over. And I'm going to use that one for the other side. Just like that. Okay, so now we just gotta size it up correctly and put the effects on it. So let me see, which one is player 2 is on the left side, player 1 is on the right side. I'm gonna drag these over here, put them above that but below. There we go. All right, so player 1, that's gonna be that one. I'm gonna copy this layer style, paste it over player 1. Done. Delete that, copy this layer style, place that over player 2, done, deal. And now all we have to do is just resize and delete. That's basically it. So I'm going to over here. There we go. It's gonna bleed in a little bit, but that's okay. Can always delete that because I know where I need to delete. So I'm just gonna right there. That's perfect. And delete. Boom. And then what I can actually do is I can hold this select, load selection, and then I can inverse this. So that way I can delete the rest of the render that I don't actually need. It's a little bit too big. And just remove it like so. Now remember, I'm only removing this layer, making sure that everything is deleted so this looks clean and proper. And oh, yep, there you go. That is player 1 done. Now let me go ahead and get player 2 done. And as much as I love this screen pack from Nas, I also hate this screen pack for the same reason. It's too much. Personally, for me, it's just too much. It's way too much, and I hate it. Because you have to do so much work. You have to do so much work to it, and that sucks. All right, there we go. So cut, and now I can come over here, get that erase, and start removing. All right. Okay, I still see a little bit of residual from the blue. So, why is the blue still there? There we go. Removed. Alright, and there we go. Now we have that done. So all you have to do now, save as, which is Control-Shift-S. I'm gonna make this a PNG. Change M.U.G.E.N to M.U.G.E.N, and we are done with that. Done. Now the teams. Gonna have to blow this one up here. Oof, boy. Okay. So the good thing about this is that there is a foreground layer, so I can use this to make this easier. So I'm going to use the 03 once again. Let's drag that over to teams. It's gonna fill the whole screen, so all you gotta do is just hover out, hit that marquee, free transform here, and shrink it down. So all you gotta do is shrink it down until it fits. Shrink it down until it fits. And it just about fits. Might need to shrink it a little bit more. Boom, and now it fits. There you go. Alright. Right click, as always, copy layer style, paste layer style, delete this art, come over here to this foreground, select, load selection, invert, and then you erase. Whoops. Oh, right, it's not actually gonna work like that. Okay, here's an easy way to do this, actually. Whenever you have a square like this, it's actually really simple. So I'm actually going to pick up the Polygonal Lasso tool here, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a super lazy but super easy little diamond out. Alright, and this is going to cover this. Just a little diamond. Done. Alright, and now I can inverse that and delete everything that's not already in the layer. Just about everything. Hold up, still see some residue. Ay, 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 ay. This is really annoying, and I hate it so much. I hate it so much. This is actually a pain. This is actually pain. There we go. Alright. There you go. Make sure it's all clean. Perfect. Alright, there you go. And there is your team's icon. So now we can save as PNG again. KFM teams. Done deal. And last but not least, we have the life bar and the small port. Now, small port's gonna be super easy. It's gonna bring this one over here because this one actually probably is gonna look the best. Shrink it down. I just want his face. So if I can get like half of his face here. Not enough, not enough, not enough. There we go. I think that looks decent. I might have to flip it, actually. Let me flip it and see what it looks like. There you go. That looks good. Alright, so you're going to flip it. I'm actually going to go to this Akuma layer that we have above here. And I'm actually... No, actually we have another one. Alright, good. We have this. We have this. So, I might go to the Akuma layer, or I might go to... It's interesting. He included 2 Akumas, depending on what you want. Alright, I'm going to delete this Akuma because I don't need that Akuma. And then I'm actually just going to take this. I'm going to take this one right here. This layer right here. Select, load selection, invert. Okay. Come back to this layer. And we are going to erase everything that we don't need. Make sure it's clean. There we go. Okay. And then you put this behind the border. Bingo. Still not clean. But that's not coming from that. That's coming from the Akuma. So we want to copy this layer style. Paste this layer style. There we go. And now it looks pretty good. If I zoom out, yeah, you can tell that's KFM. That's exactly what you wanted to see. You can tell that's KFM. So you can go ahead and save that actually as KFM small. KFM small. Save that. And finally, the life bar. The life bar is probably, see, this is the one that that's gonna be well up to adaptation, just because there's no true way to do this. Basically, what you want to do is you want to take your render. So I'm going to be taking this one, right? Take your render, go to your life bar, slap it in there, free transform, shrink it to where you want it. So this is a little bit too big still. I want mine about right here, right? Okay. So now that that's right here, I'm going to go to my eraser tool. I'm going to select a soft round brush, right? And I am just going to very slowly start erasing until it looks right to me. This is why I hate this interpretation, because depending on your render, it's not gonna look good. It may look good, it may not look good. Generally, for me, it's never really looked good. But I'm just gonna make it do what it do here. Probably gonna come all the way up to about right there. I think that looks good. I think that looks good. I think that looks good. It looks like it's in form. What I wanted to mainly do is I wanted to meet this line here on the Ryu portrait with this, and I think for the most part I nailed it. I can just move it up some, and there we go. It looks pretty good. To my eye, it looks pretty good. So then we can just save that as KFM Life Bar. KFM Life Bar. Okay, and there we go. So we have all of our portraits now ready and available for use. We just have to import them. Last thing that I need to do is the stage font map. So let me go ahead and do that for you. Give me one moment. Okay, so unfortunately, M.U.G.E.N did not include a template for the stage font map, so I can't show you that. So therefore, I switched my system.def to just the small roster without the custom font map because I don't have a template for it. So you're just gonna see the title essentially. But we have Fighter Factory 3 here. I will leave a download link in the description for Fighter Factory 3 because I know the only one that they have officially available now is Studio. And Studio sucks. Studio makes everything super complicated. You don't want to use it. I recommend that you never use it. Use Fighter Factory 3 for your M.U.G.E.N purposes. So First thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to completely remove the 9000 group because we don't need that. So I'm going to remove both of these here. All right, and then also I am going to come over to the end of the sprite folder, and this is where you're going to place all of your custom portraits. But before you do that, make sure you hit sprites, save as, and save it as a M.U.G.E.N 1.1 SFF. So I'm going to come over here to KFM and just overwrite it. Now we can start adding our portraits. So I'm going to go over to the templates here where I have everything, and then you're also going to want to cross-reference with legacy. So 9000 is going to be the small one, the big one is 9001, Win 9002, etc., etc. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 9000 is the first one. This is this. I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to name that 9000. Make sure the X and Y are at 0. Okay? Don't crop it. Just keep everything as it is now. Hit OK. Then we're going to keep this going here. So next is the big one, which is this. I'm going to make that 9001. Okay, then we're gonna do the win in verses, I believe. Yep, win in verses. So it'd be this. So that'd be 9002. And then after that is the life bar. Yep, and then the team life bar. So 9003 would be the life bar. Boop. And then 9004 for the teams. Done. Save it, and that is literally it. That is all you have to do. So watch, when I open up Legacy again, which I'm going to do that now here, I'm going to open up Legacy with my test bench. It's going to show that everything is correct now. There we go. That's perfect now. So if I go to training, boom, boom, there you go. It is exactly as you want it. Dragon here. Whoa. Well, didn't exactly turn out the way it should have, just because of the way that the local chord works and everything. But as you can see, the life bar is good. The verses and character select portraits are good. This will work perfectly with other characters. I just used the inappropriate KFM, but otherwise, it is good to go. This is exactly how you were supposed to do it. I guess that's gonna be it. Let me just show off the win screen as well for y'all. Even though it's gonna be super weird, but you know, whatever. I can just do this real quick. And there you go. Done deal. Done deal. So yeah, that is gonna be it for this long tutorial. I'm gonna try to chop it down as much as I can. I didn't really want to make this 30 minutes, but it is what it is. I mean, when you're faced with a large screen pack that it's like pretty much entirely custom, you're gonna be running into this a lot, and I feel bad for those who like to have huge rosters, because this is 5 portraits times like 150 characters potentially. Dedication and shout outs go to you if you want to deal with that, but I certainly don't. And that's why I don't use this screen pack. But hopefully this helps everybody out there that does want to use this screen pack. Shout outs to NOZ. Links in the description down below for the screen pack itself, for Fighter Factory 3 and anything else that you might need. If you have any other M.U.G.E.N questions or want me to do any more tutorials that you may not know how to do, Feel free to hit me up in the comments down below. Leave a comment and I will help you out. Appreciate y'all for watching. Y'all have a great rest of y'all day, and we will see you on the next one.